As you can see on the pendulum machine, the anchor swivel point is a main part of the stroke. The anchor swivel point stabilizes the motion as well as supports the putter. As applied to our motion, you can see how the anchor arm supports to the chest while the swivel hand is out to the outside and lifts and swivels the putter. The stability of this swivel point cannot be overstated. Without the swivel point being stable and secure and supplying the lifting power for the putter, the whole pendulum motion will be distorted. Not only does the anchor swivel point supply lift and support for the stroke, but the fingers on the front of the anchor swivel point can supply backstroke pressure to help the putter start its backstroke motion. The thumb on the stroking hand supports the lie angle similar to the angle support on the fork used in the pendulum. The need to maintain this support is what keeps the putter square over the ground on the backstroke and follow-through. It's important to remember that the stroking hand is just a guide holding the lie angle support and helping to initiate the backstroke. You need to pay attention that the stroking hand does not become a manipulator or controller of the stroke. While setting up the pendulum machine for our videos, I discovered something that was pretty revolutionary. We set up the pendulum machine, lined it up, got the distance for a 30-foot putt, and pulled back the putter, made the putt. Ball went in the hole. Pulled another putt back, putted another ball, it went in the hole. The third ball missed, and so did the fourth. I couldn't understand why 2 balls would go in the hole and 2 balls would completely miss. And they don't miss by a little, they miss by like 3 inches. So what I did was I got my spin balancer, spin balanced the 2 balls that missed, and put them through the pace again. Both balls went in the hole. It's a pretty revolutionary thing that you would never know unless you had a pendulum machine to do it. How many times would you miss a putt and blame the ball? Most of us would blame ourselves or a bad read or whatever, but we'd never blame the ball. But when you have a perfect machine putting it, it should go in the hole. So if it doesn't, something else is happening. Of course, there's imperfections in the green that could cause you to miss a putt even if it's done perfectly. Taking that into consideration, unbalanced ball will cause a miss that you would never have known about without the pendulum machine. How the spin balance machine works, you take a ball and you set it in the machine, push the button and hold it in. What you're going to see is there's a green light right here that's flashing. When the green light goes to steady green, like it is now, it's reached its maximum speed and its balance. Put the pen in, make your line, and you're done. What we've just done is we found the center point of the ball, the balance point of the ball. You're going to take this line and use it when you do your putting. What we're going to do now is run through the whole sequence of how to use the putter in a practical application. When you get on the green, you're going to take your ball marker, set it down behind the ball. What we're going to do now is use the ball marker for our reference instead of the ball. You're going to take the putter, line it up, pick your aim line based on the track and the distance and the true line, which is the line between the ball marker and the cup. Line your putter up. It's a good idea to tilt it back a little bit because when you do this, you're going to see the entire face to help keep you square. If you keep the putter upright like this while you try to line up, there's a tendency to point it left of the hole. You're going to reach in, get your ball out, take your balance line and parallel it with the alignment marks on your putter head here. Pick up your ball marker, carefully take the putter, work it up behind the ball. Now this is complete. This should not move anymore. This is your entire reference point, is that putter head. Step up next to it, using your right hand to hold the putter as you walk up. The reason why you do this is, if you're holding this putter with your right hand, you'll tend to keep your right shoulder square. If you hold it with your left hand, as you walk up, you tend to turn towards the ball, and what you're going to get is your right shoulder pointing right of the line. So you want to make sure your shoulder's up the line. It's much better if you just use your stroking arm to balance the putter as you walk up. You're going to be about a club head and a quarter away from the club. Toes, hips, shoulders, everything square, using the putter head again as the reference. Once you feel comfortable, shoulders square, reach over, anchor your forearm to your chest. Left hand is your lifting and swivel point. Your fingers are on the front. This will help start the backstroke when it's time to do the motion. Your thumb of your right hand is going to support the lie angle. Right hand holds a lie angle, left hand does a swivel and lifting. You can use it as a guide. Now you're going to visualize the head going square back and square forward in your mind. Once you've got everything in place and you're ready to fire, look up the hole. Now this is really important. When you look at the hole, you're only looking for distance, not for direction. Don't aim at a point. Don't aim at the edge of the cup or a dark mark on the green. You're only looking for distance. Measure uphill, downhill, fast green, slow green. Those are the things going through your head, not direction. Direction's done. Once you've got your distance figured out, you're going to transfer that to the feel you need for the size of the backstroke. Once you've transferred that to the feel of the backstroke, all you have to do now is just visualize the stroke, feel the backstroke size, it's back and through, and you've made your putt. Binocular vision is wonderful for long distance putting, but it can get you in trouble when you do short putts. And the reason why is because most putts break, even short putts. So if you pick a line that's going to give it a little bit of break and you start looking at the cup, you're going to subconsciously push it toward the hole even though you should be following the break. It takes a great deal of discipline to make sure that the putt goes square back and square forward even though the hole may be left or right of the line. Good way to do this is remember your ritual, pick your aim line based on the track line and the true line to the cup. Line your ball up just like you always do. You don't want to miss it because the ball's off balance. You've got everything lined up. Now instead of stepping up here next to the putter like we usually do for longer putts, you're going to stay about 1 foot size behind the putter. You're going to let the putter lean towards you a little bit. Now instead of using the pencil grip that we've been using for most of our other putting, we're going to use an underhand grip. We're leaning the putter back. If you'll notice, the bottom of the putter has quite a tilt to it, so you can lean it back, and what you're going to be doing by doing this is changing the loft of the face. Straight up, it's about a 2-degree lie angle. When you lay it back, it turns about 4 degrees, which helps the ball start rolling quicker. Now you're just going to make a punching action to make your putt. Another short putting method involves moving the stroking hand closer to the pivot hand. This decrease in length provides an increase in swing weight feel and decreases the ability of the stroking hand to influence the motion. This need for less backstroke size also can allow for a closer foot position to the club. A variable stroking hand position can be applied as distance decreases or on fast green. If you can keep in mind what Ben Hogan said many years ago, that golf and putting are two completely different sports. One game is played in the air and the other is played on the ground, then you'll have a better understanding of the philosophies and conscious effort needed to apply to the putting motion. And remember, if you want different results, try something different.